You can't start the car. Johnny has the keys.
I'm watching Daryl Dixon season 3.
Yeah.
It's fucking great. I am so surprised how much more. Dead City is okay for what it is, just a gritty cityscape with Maggie and Negan. But this is just miles better than even some of the original Walking Dead.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's good. It's really good because they do what I would do if I was writing something. Sometimes when I'm writing something, I'm like, actually, very often when I'm writing something, I'm like, ooh, what could this pay homage to? I'm working on a story right now that's a Christmas Carol, only in a modern type. And this season, they went, I told you last season, they ended up in the Channel, right?
Yeah.
They're leaving France, going to England. They get to England, and it is overrun with zombies. There are no humans left, really. And they get trapped in a building because of the streets being full. They run into the one only person left in England, and he is the British guy from The Office, the one that was in the Pirates movies, blonde hair, kind of big eyes. He's a great actor. I can't think of his name. You would
Okay.
recognize him if you saw him.
Okay.
He was on that show, The Office, and he was also in Pirates of the Caribbean, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I've got a boat. And they're like, why don't you come to America with us? And he's, because I'm from England. And they're like, there's nothing here. So he agrees to take them to America on his catamaran. It's a sailboat.
Okay.
They go. And I'm like, this is cool. They've only been in England, in London for half a show. And now they're on the ocean headed home. And they run into a storm and they shipwreck. And you're like, where the fuck are they? And the guy that had the boat got injured during the storm. He got hit by the boom, and he's a zombie, and he's coming after Carol. She's fucked up, seeing 3. She's trying to get away from him, and she's seeing 3 of him because her head got hit too. Daryl's nowhere to be found, and it's all on a
Wow.
beach. Yeah, it's pretty rough. And Daryl ends up showing up and killing him, whatever. And they end up realizing very soon that they are in Spain. So the show is now in Spain.
Sure.
And it's similar to The Walking Dead in that they've come across a town, but it's not like a menacing town like with the governor or anything. There's
Okay.
just some weird shit going on in Spain where they basically are. There's this last regime of government slash military that are like providing ammo and supplies to small villages in exchange for one girl a year. And they do it via a lottery system.
So it's what's the sacrifice movie? You know what I mean? The lottery. Yeah. Like,
But it doesn't seem as nefarious because one of the girls that's taken has come back and she's in formal dress, like she's royalty now or something. It's not like they're turning them into sex slaves.
oh, you can't believe that.
You don't know. And this girl that comes back is a lesbian, and she's in love with the chick that's in the village. So that's cool. They've got the little lesbian story going on. But the thing I'm trying to get to before I ramble on too much, too late, is the director said, I saw this landscape and all I could think of was Sergio Leone, and I wanted to do a Western. And that's exactly what it is. They're the strangers that come to town. They see some weird shits going down, and it's
Makes
with
sense.
zombies. With zombies actually, this village is well protected. It's on a hill with walls and stuff. It's almost like an old medieval place, kind of. But it's cool. And it's all Hispanic culture, Spanish culture, that is. And it's just cool. I think it's great. And they're going to do one more season after this. And that they've already said they're just doing one more.
Okay.
But they're almost halfway through. I think
That
there's 8
sounds like
episodes.
fun, actually. I mean,
It is.
for a reinvention of a series that's been on forever, you think.
And
So,
it's all Daryl wants to do is get home. Carol's wanting to help these people and this girl that got taken. And Daryl's funny, man. He's like, yeah, but we're going home. Every time she acts like she wants to, and then he ends up, of course, helping her. But I think you would like the whole series, though, because the France stuff is good, too. And it's set
okay.
on that little island castle thing that you see, I think, is it in Monty Python and the Holy Grail? Isn't there a little castle out there? And
I
that's
mean,
where
they
the
had,
Frenchman lives, maybe?
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
famous French castle that the tide always comes in and it's surrounded by water and then the tide
Hmm.
goes out. It's that
Yep.
castle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, me likes the Daryl Dixon stuff. And Talamask is
Okay,
coming on
then.
this month.
Yes.
So we'll see
Yep.
about that. It's got Downton Abbey chicks in it. I can't think of her name. The American. Connolly? Jennifer Connolly, maybe? No, it's
Oh,
not
no.
her.
No.
No, who was the matriarch? I can't remember. Oh.
Yeah, I know who you're thinking about, and I can't remember her name either. But she'll be strong in that. She'll be good in that.
Yeah, I think so too.
Um,
Have you watched anything decent?
a couple of things, yeah. And
You're going to talk
uh,
about them.
one of them I'm going to talk about. The other one, where was it? I was going to tell you about it.
Oh, I need to find my picks to make sure I have them.
I might
Oh,
mention it on one of the things, but I watched The Menu.
I've seen it.
I think it was very interesting. I don't, interesting in that I'm not really sure what they were going for. Did
Me
they
either.
want it to be black humor or not? Because it wasn't enough of either, depending on what you wanted to do. If they wanted to turn it into a, oh my God, horror movie, or, oh no, it's just a black comedy making fun of culinary excess, but they didn't do either one right, in my
No.
opinion.
And I have a problem with this kind of film, and there's a bunch of them out there right now. And I'm going to talk about one, but not today. But I finally saw Ready or Not.
Okay.
And that's the same guys that did Abigail, which is another one of those movies. And they're the
Hmm.
same guys that do the Scream movies. Now, the Scream movies, they kind of wedge it more into the Wes Craven territory where it's more scary and a little funny. But these other things, it's like Abigail's not that scary. People just blow up and it's funny. Ready or Not, to me, it's all humor. And I think The Menu is very similar. And I'm like, it irritates me because I'm not really big on horror comedies.
I think it goes back to writing and just knowing good storytelling. If you think about great movies that are horror movies, the Thing comes to mind. The Thing also has two or three hilarious freaking lines in it. But you would never ever think it's a black comedy or a comedy or whatever.
And their throwaways are off. They're very subtle. Yes.
Yeah. Well, except for spend the rest of the summer tied to this fucking
Fucking
couch.
couch. Yeah.
But but so the pace work. I mean, the writing works for what it is, and those little brief moments actually give you a little respite before more horror comes on.
I think
And
you hit the nail. It's character driven humor.
always, I
And
mean,
in
that's
these movies, a lot of it's not. A lot of it's plot driven humor or
correct.
physical. Like in Ready or Not, you see somebody drop by a window while a guy's talking on the phone. And I'm like, that's the Three Stooges. What is this?
Yeah,
You know?
if you're going to do Shaun of the Dead, then do Shaun of the Dead. Set it up from the very beginning that this is a
Right.
comedy. This is what we're doing. We're making fun of everything. Here we go. And now we're ready. But if you start out like in The Menu with this, it could be construed as a funny character guy, but he's not really. And all your character introductions are done with
Are
this
you talking about Nicholas
Altman-esque.
Holt, or are you talking about Ray
Yeah,
Fiennes?
no,
Okay.
Holt.
Okay.
And then all of your scenes are basically this Altman-esque sort of overlapping dialogue. You have to catch snippets where you can. Okay, but then you don't reach any heights either way, either scary or funny,
And I
to
don't get
establish the mood.
and I don't get Anya Taylor's character's motivations either in that.
No, you definitely don't get the climax.
No,
Okay,
where
so
she's
yeah,
on the boat.
and before that even we held on the frickin' picture when she was in his apartment, which was the kitchen with the redress. He has a picture of himself with a burger, being the burger boy. And we hold on it so you know, oh, that's going to come up somehow. And then that turns out to be a request she makes of him that suddenly changes his opinion of her. And I'm going, I really don't get what you're trying to say here.
There's other
Yeah, it was,
famous faces in it too that are like
yeah,
customers,
Leguizamo is in it.
and I like him.
Yeah, and that character would have been cool had they done something with it.
Yeah,
The Tech Boys would have been an interesting triumvirate if they had done something with them. But to turn them all to s'mores at the end and then have her just sit there and eat a cheeseburger, I'm going, okay, what were you saying? What were you trying to say to me? And I didn't get it, and it wasn't. So we may have to do that, not next week, but maybe the week after, maybe talk about that style, which is becoming so prevalent.
I was gonna say I could cover Ready or Not because it's on my list of genre topics,
Yeah.
and
And then I'll do the
it was
main
like the first one, and then they did the Scream movies, which I didn't mind as much because they knew how to tap into the Scream cliche, for lack of better words.
If I'm,
Because
again, know your
enough of those
audience.
movies exist, yeah.
If people are going to see a Scream movie, they know what they're going to get. So that's what you want. Even if you say, oh, I'm going to totally invert it, I'm going to be a Last Jedi and turn everything on their head, you know how to start it at least because you know where you're coming from. But in original work, you need to set that mood in the first little bit there so we know what you're trying to do.
The thing that concerns me, and I'll talk about it in the genre week, is it's two guys. I can't think of one of them, but the other one's name's Tyler Gillette. And all their movies are this. They did Ready or Not. They did the Scream reboot. They did Abigail. They did something else recent. Or I'm forgetting something. Anyway, and I'm like, so is this your new niche? Comedy horror? I don't know. And it's
bad at both.
and not plausible even. Is it because it's funny that you don't care that things have no logic? I don't understand it. It's bullshit. It's what it is. It's fucking bullshit.
I'm wondering if because
Is it this new
I
generation of
struggle.
short time screening or something? I don't know.
That's where I was going. I struggle in that I come off a lot of times as overly negative, and that's just because I want things better. I
Window.
want, yeah, and I don't want to be that guy, but I am to an extent.
Technically, his arguments for aliens are the same arguments you're giving for Alien Earth. They'd never get away from those aliens. No.
That's true too. But he wasn't
But you like
totally,
aliens.
he wasn't totally wrong about the stuff that doesn't make sense in Aliens. Some of the pacing and some of
Acid.
the way they do stuff.
Yeah.
But no, I listened to this essay on the plane about captioning and closed captioning and how it's becoming so prevalent now with everything. And because it used to be a thing where if it was a foreign film, of course it had closed captioning if it was in a different language. If it was in a different accent, like Pinky Blinders, that kind of stuff, where it's very heavy ethnic accents, even though it may be in your native language, you can't really, there's nuances you don't get. And these guys were approaching it from sociological. So there's most of the younger generation does not single device a movie, whether it's on their television or their phone or their tablet or their computer or whatever. They have something else open. and they're doing something else. And closed captioning allows them to just glance up and quickly get back into the scene. So they talked about that. They also talked about this whole modern niche of movies that are overly audio mixed. So dialogue is not the most important thing anymore. Music is the most important thing because it sets the mood, and your people who are looking down at their phone and not at their screen don't have to know what's happening to know the mood because the music lets them know. This
But
is
do
the
you think
scary part.
directors are really directing that way? Or did they always? Music's
No,
always been important to pace.
of course, and important to thematics or
Hmm.
whatever. But I think that there's a closed caption. I don't think any director should or even is directing a movie saying everybody's going to close caption this, so it doesn't matter. That's not what the
No.
visual medium is for anyway. But the fact that so many consumers now are saying I have to have it on is
I do because
either,
I have tinnitus.
but that's okay. That's a medical condition that you have. That's not the reason that I watch my volunteers here at the Capitol who volunteer for stuff and they're on their phones and everything's closed captioned.
Oh, and see, and I don't really do that at all. That's people trying to read what they're watching on their phone. I do it when I'm watching a big screen TV.
Well, you have said in the past that's because you have trouble hearing literally
It's
dialogue when
different
it gets,
frequencies. Yeah,
and when it
pitches.
gets overly, when the mix, and these guys
Hmm.
talked about that too, when the audio mix is so bad that dialogue suddenly, we just had this huge music scene and you're listening to it, and then suddenly we drop out and go to this dialogue scene with very soft music, and you can't hear the frequencies, you can't hear
Right.
them talk. So they
But
talk.
I wouldn't be surprised if people in the 50s wish they had him when they're watching a Brando movie because he mumbles and you can't understand a fucking word he's saying.
Yeah, I'm a purist in that I do
Hmm.
think it takes away from actually watching the movie but that's because of me, and I did it on the plane. I My headphones died, so I ended up having to put another set of headphones in that weren't noise canceling. So I'm hearing on top of everything. So I turned on closed captioning and had to turn it off in like 15 minutes because they would start to say something and they would go pause and I would get the entire fucking sentence written out there before
That's
they were even
bad.
there. And I went,
Most,
okay, I cannot do this. I cannot.
yeah, most don't do that. That's bad captioning. Most movies and TV shows don't do that.
Most of the ones I see do. I can't, it's not timed out with what's happening.
Interesting, because mine usually is. I'm wondering if because you downloaded it, if that's got something to do with it.
Oh, maybe.
I
No,
don't know.
I was watching it on the monitor, the headrest monitor. So
Oh,
they
it
were
was the
streaming.
airplane thing.
Yeah. But I don't know. Maybe they go with cheap captioning. So,
Maybe. I have seen cheap captioning. I'll turn bad captioning off. I won't watch it.
yeah, I can't do it because it's either too fast or too slow.
And some don't have it at all. Like I wanted to watch this movie on Daily Motion because it was free and they didn't have captioning at all. You couldn't do it. But it's
Yeah,
sunk.
or you get that captioning where it's paraphrasing. They say one thing and it doesn't say what they say. I go, okay, turn this shit. I can't handle this. Because now I've ruined the whole scene because now I'm pissed off that they said one thing and the captioning said another, and I'm pissed off with who did that. So now I'm totally out of the mood. This sucks.
Yeah, but a
But
lot of times the captioning's using the script, so maybe it was the actors that went off.
could be.
That's technically it's a transcript, so they're just feeding in the script. But who knows? I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't give a shit. I really don't. Fuck everybody.
3, 2.
One. I watched Deadpool versus Wolverine.
Oh, did you? How was it?
Yeah, so I am caught up on the Deadpool movies. I did that on some of my plane hopping to Hawaii. It's pretty good. I kind of like the second Deadpool movie best of all, though, because I had not seen it either. But that's the one where he saves his girlfriend at the end of the first one, and they kill her at the first of the second one.
Yeah.
I don't know if you, so
I've
much
seen
for
the
her.
first and second one. I've not seen Wolverine, but
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Wolverine fits well with cussing in that genre, so there's no worries there. You got a little bit of multiverse going on, a lot of fun poked at Marvel, which is kind of fun as well.
good. Always good.
Yeah. And who else is in it? I can't remember. The usual people come back, the people that he sees in all the movies, like some of those X-Men, Colossus, and the little
Uh,
lesbian girl. I can't think of
the
her name.
power chick or whatever.
Yes. Yes. And he's always made fun of Wolverine in the first two movies, so it's funny that he ends up being with Wolverine in the third movie.
Yeah.
And there's a little sexual innuendo going on as well, which is funny too,
All right.
because he's bisexual.
Okay.
Deadpool is.
I
Yeah.
did not know that, but now
Yeah, he is in the comics, and Ryan has fought to keep that in the movies when
yeah.
other people have objected to it. So, yeah, like if he's really close to Wolverine, Wolverine would be like, "What is that I feel down there?" That kind of thing. Yeah. So that was fun. What else did I watch? I've got a couple I did for genre weeks. I don't know what I've watched. God, I've been watching a ton of stuff. We talked about Alien Earth.
Yeah, we haven't covered it on the show yet, but we both talked a little bit about it.
I watched, did you hear about the guy on Survivor?
No.
There was this really good looking muscle guy on Survivor that had a wife at home having a baby. He was on the show to win money. That's why he wasn't at home with her while she was having the baby. And he is lying on the beach, and a black and white sea snake swims up the beach and bites him on the bottom of the foot. And it's 5 times more venomous than a rattlesnake.
Damn.
It's called a crate, a sea crate or something.
Yeah, sea crate.
C-R-A-I-T. Is that what it is?
Yeah, you're right.
And they rush him to another island in 45 minutes. Jeff Probst is there. They show all this shit on TV. It's
Wow.
like they don't hide any of it. And it turned out to be a dry bite.
Okay,
like-
so it had already killed something and the venom hadn't replenished.
No, it's something to do with them trying to scare you away without actually killing you.
Oh, good. That's even better.
But the thing is, he wasn't even doing anything. He was asleep on the beach. The damn thing swam out of the water and bit him.
Is near his house. He should not be trespassing in
Well,
his
I don't
yard.
think so, because they had a water. He ended up having to go home anyway because he was dehydrated and they couldn't give him food because of it wouldn't be fair to the others. And the doctor basically said, "You've been through some mental stuff. You've got a baby coming. You can't go back into this environment and heal well." So they sent him home. But the next challenge was a water challenge. And so Jeff was like, "We'd like to remind everybody out there that we've been on this island for 11 years. We have spoken with natives on this island that have never even seen this snake before. So it is highly unlikely that you're going to run into one in the water." I'm like, can you imagine?
Sure.
Because everybody was freaked out about it. Yeah, it was great. I love when shit like that happens on Survivor. There's been a few. There was one where a guy passed out and fell into a fire face first. That was wild. And there was one where a guy tries to jump under a low beam fence and just clocks himself right in the head on the beam. That was like, I thought that guy was dead. But this would be in the top 3, I would say, major accidents, quote, that have happened.
I always remember, who was it in one of the early seasons, the guy that fell in the fire?
Yeah.
I remember that one. I always remember that one. I was going to save this till I finish it because I'm 2 episodes away, but I can't stop. I can't save it. You have got, if you have not, you have got to watch Monster, the Ed Gein story. Ed Gein story. Ed Gein story.
I've heard things about it, but I don't have
Holy
Netflix.
shit, Tim! I'm
Yeah.
going. Laurie Metcalf agreed to do total nudity. It's crazy shit. It's freaking me out. Every episode I keep going, it can't get more depraved. It can't get more. This is on television right now.
You got to remember, it is Ryan Murphy, so he doesn't stick to reality at all.
Holy shit.
So a lot of that shit he has made up, I guarantee it.
I don't, based on just doing some research on it, because we know it seems pretty realistic, pretty factual.
Okay.
It does.
The whole Rock Hudson story he did in Hollywood was fantasy, total fantasy.
And it's very interesting because it's Murphy, so his storytelling is very unique, the way he plots things out. Like halfway through, I think it's even in the pilot. I don't know. I'm not calling. I just finished episode 5, and I only think it has 7 episodes. But I think even in the first episode, you're totally in the time period of Ed when his mother's alive, his brother's alive, he's in his 20s, and then it suddenly cuts, and you meet this character, and you find out within just the very first few minutes that it's Tony Perkins, and he's getting ready to go to the audition for Psycho.
Okay,
and
sounds like Ryan Murphy.
And his lover is telling him not to. Take something else. Don't do this. God, if he offers you the part, don't take it. And he goes, what do you mean don't take it? It's Hitchcock, for God's sake. And anyway, and so it parallels Gein and Perkins, which I think is very interesting. And I think you would love it. You would love the extremes that he does and how he does them. And the guy playing Ed Gein, which I found out according to, if you go to try to pronounce that, they say it's Gein. And I have never, ever heard anybody say Ed Gein.
I haven't either.
I've heard Gein and Gein, but I've not heard Gein. But if you go to Google and say, how do you pronounce the name Gein? It says Gein.
I can't find it on IMDb.
It's called Monster, the Ed Gein Story, because evidently he's done all the serial killers. He did the Mendez brothers.
He's done Dahmer, too.
Dahmer,
he started with Dahmer.
And he just came out with Gacy, John Wayne Gacy. And they're all produced by Ryan. So,
no, I knew that. It's like a series of monsters, basically. But I can't seem to find the fucking series on IMDb. That's weird. Let me see if I can Google it with IMDb. It's called Mother, maybe? Monster Mother?
Nope.
Oh, that's one of the episodes. Episode 3 is Mother. All right, so let me go back. Now I can find it. If for some reason, I guess Monster's in too many things, and it's just hard to find. Monster, the Ed Gein story, Gein story, whatever. Yeah, Evan Peters is the guy that played Jeffrey Dahmer. It's got the cast of all the seasons in there. He gets the best cast. Everyone wants to work with him.
Yeah, Evan Peters plays Gein in this.
No, it's Charlie Hunnam, isn't it?
No, yeah, you're right. Charlie Hunnam is Gein. Yeah, God.
Yeah, Dahmer was Evan Peters, and I don't know who played the Menendez brothers. And I don't think the other one's out yet. The one you just mentioned about.
No, they just started the trailers for it today.
Okay. So it's already filmed
for John Wayne Gacy. Yeah.
Okay. I knew they were filming Ed Gein, but I didn't know they were filming the other one at the same time. That's crazy.
Laurie Metcalf plays Mother, and it's, man, Tim, it is harsh, extremely. So I'm excited for you to see it.
We were going to watch Dahmer, but Dennis was like, I don't know if I can stomach it. And I'm like, I don't know that I need to.
Then Dennis definitely doesn't want to watch this one. If he's worried about stomaching, because it's pretty hefty. It's even there was one scene that reminded me of you. He's looking at this woman, and she's very buxom, and she was at the hardware store, and he's looking at her, and in his mind, you hear his voiceover go, "She would make a wonderful couch." I thought, oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we watched. He has another show called the American Crime series, like American Horror Stories.
Oh, okay.
And American Crime has been great. The first one was the O.J. Simpson one that got nominated for all kinds of Emmys.
Yeah, it was good. I watched it.
Yeah, and then he also did oh fuck, what was the guy's name that got killed in Miami? The fashion designer that was friends with
Gianni Versace.
Versace. Yeah, he did the whole Cunanan thing.
Yeah, his killer.
As the killer. And then he's done another American Crime too, I think. Maybe that was the Menendez. I think the Menendez brothers were the American Crime.
Oh, okay.
And then the monsters were the serial killers. They're darker.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So
he's got a good thing going.
Yeah.
But it is Netflix, right? Because I don't know when I'm ever going to have Netflix again.
I'm sure it's Netflix. I'm sure. But once it finishes the period, I'm sure it'll be available somewhere else.
Yeah, if Netflix would offer some crazy deal to get it for $3 a month for a year, I would do it, but I'm not. It's not worth it to me.
Yeah, no, they're not doing it.
There's not enough stuff, and most of it's stuff you've not heard of.
Yeah, they do have the stuff that I like. Like they have Sex, Death, and Robots, and they have a couple of other ones that I regularly watch. Yeah, but yeah, probably Amazon will cover it soon. I'm sure Shudder will get it eventually.
Oh, I don't know about that, but I wouldn't be if they release it on Amazon. I guess it'd be just a rent or something.
Yeah, you've got. It's strong. It is.
When I've said it before. When Murphy's on it, he's on it, but when he's off, it's way off.
Oh yeah, and I'm afraid, based on where I am right now, I'm not giving away anything, but based on where I am right now, I'm pretty sure the next episode I'm going to end up hating it.
Exactly, because he'll go too far, and it will be impossible to believe. Yeah,
he'll just go into the extreme weirdness of just to be weird or whatever,
or gross, and that's exactly why I quit watching American Horror Story, like season 5. I was like, this is the same thing. All he wants to do is throw everything at the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah. And you've said that before. Like I think we both at the same time started watching the slasher one, the 80s one, and it sucked after 2 episodes.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last really good one to me was Coven, and that was just because of the cast.
Yeah.
Mainly. But I don't know.
Didn't he do the one with all the Truman Capote chicks? Wasn't that him too?
Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah, that was Feud season 2. See, he does them all as series, and Feud season 1 was the Betty Davis Joan Crawford one. Season 2 was Capote versus the Swans. Okay. I don't know what season 3. I think he's talked about season 3, but I can't remember what it is.
It'll be the Kardashians.
No, it actually makes sense, and I can't remember what it was. As soon as he said it, I was like, oh yeah, that was a big feud. But anyway.
No? Okay.
I could Google it real quick.
No, it's okay. I'll count us in, then I do the welcome.
Sounds good.
All right. 3, 2,
1.
Start the car. Johnny has